going on, everybody? I thought I'd do a little video about a movie I saw titled Creed 2. I don't know if you guys seen it in movie theaters yet. It's already out on TV and like Netflix. Well, I'm not sure about Netflix, but it's out. Give me one sec. Hey, sorry about that. Just wanted to sit inside and talk about this. But yeah, Creed 2. I don't know if it's out on Netflix yet, but I know it's on like Google Play, like the Google movie spot on your, like, if you have an Android phone. What else? Just, or the iPhones or whatever. But I just want to sit here and talk about that for a minute. If you're a fan of like any of the Rocky movies, or if you've seen the first Creed movie and you haven't seen the second one yet, I highly suggest it. It is a great story, because of Rocky 4. It's kind of picking up off that. If you ever seen Rocky 4, you kind of know what happens. But I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't, but for those who have seen Creed 2, it's like the story is. Ivan Drago fought Apollo Creed in a boxing match, and Apollo Creed was killed during that match. And years go by. Like I said, if you've seen the movie, you understand where I'm going with this. Time goes by, and you watch the movie Creed. You meet Adonis, and he kind of follows in Apollo's footsteps. He does his first match with Ricky Conlan. I know it's not his real name, but the character Ricky Conlan. And then at the end of that movie, it's they're sitting here talking. The two characters are talking, and the one Ricky is going, "You're the future of the sport. Keep fighting." Da 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 da. And then Creed 2 comes in, and he's fighting Danny Stuntman Wheeler in like the first little bit of the movie, and he fights and he gets his car back, which he put up in the first one. And then the movie goes on, and then you see Ivan Drago. Ivan Drago has a kid now. Okay? And it goes on. It's kind of like the first fight between Ivan Drago's kid and Adonis Creed. It's kind of like a revenge match, if you want to look at it like that. Beer. And then, he kind of, Adonis gets his ass whooped. But, he takes some time, gather his thoughts, has a kid with Bianca, which we met in the first one. What else? Him and Bianca were dating, for a number of years, and then he asks her to marry him, and then they have a kid. And then instead of it becoming about him and, revenge for the loss of his father, he kind of wants to just, be strong for his family, especially his kid, because his kid has, the hearing loss like the mother. So the second match, he just goes in hard and heavy. And, I was kind of impressed. I like the story. At one point you see Ivan Drago go into the restaurant Rocky owns. And, they have a conversation, and Ivan Drago is telling him that he was kicked out of Russia and all this other, sob story. But you know what? It's, in a way, it's sad, because you're at the time in your prime, you're this big powerhouse of a man, and you want to, do right by your country. Understandable, but you lose. You get kicked out. You and your kid. Your ex doesn't want nothing to do with you. The baby's mother doesn't want nothing to do with you, or the kid. And then the first match, fights, gets back into Russia. And the second fight comes, and it's just this big old nasty fight. But, watching that whole movie start to finish, I mean, yeah, there was a couple, sad moments in there. Just understandable if you follow the storyline. I don't know why I keep pausing. But, it was, in my opinion, it was a great movie overall. Highly suggest you watch it, even if you haven't, or you're just waiting for it to come out on like DVD or Netflix or whatever, Blu-ray, whatever the hell you prefer. If you can't wait, go through Google Play, go through Apple, and at least rent the movie or buy the movie through there. Like I said, I highly suggest you watch it. It's a great fight movie. It's going in with that whole storyline. Is what, 6 Rocky movies plus the 2 Creeds. What, 8 movies total? I think, at least the Creed series, because I know Rocky went, 1 through 5. Then Rocky Balboa, which was the 6th. He had that whole spiel where he had like a little bit left in the tank, that little demon in the basement he wanted to get rid of. I get that, but, still at the end of the day, you're in your 50s. And you just want one last match to get rid of whatever it is. And then Creed, okay, I mean, yeah, I could see Rocky Balboa, he's fought his way up to the top. He's climbed, he's scratched, he's clawed. He's got nothing left. So, retire, open up a restaurant in honor of your wife. At least that's what he did in Rocky Balboa. And then Creed, his, like, Rocky's son wasn't really into the whole boxing and fighting. And then Creed, the illegitimate son of Apollo Creed, comes along. You know what? Rocky's like, I might as well teach somebody what I know, even if it is someone else's kid. And, it's like watching the first 2 Creed movies as opposed to watching, the Rocky movies. You watch, the Creed movies, you see Adonis, give it that more heart and soul than Rocky did. Don't get me wrong, Rocky did put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But I sit here, I look at, Creed, and, the main character's putting in a little more. But that's just my opinion. I know this is a random video, just a lot of pauses and whatnot, but if you agree that Creed 2 was a good movie, and you can't wait for Creed 3 and see what happens next, let me know. If you didn't want me to spoil it, I'm sorry, but I just couldn't hold it in. I just wanted to sit here and get that off my mind. And, hope to see you soon. Maybe in another live stream. Let's see what happens. Later.